Communication configuration. The server tab is holding the name of the PC which is used as server, or the IP of that PC which is used as server, meaning running the Sphinx 4 server, and there is the port that Sphinx 4 is using. This is the default port and there's no need to change unless there is another software using this port, and then it's better to change it to avoid conflicts. Network delay time is set in order to notify Sphinx software about the expected delay between the software, between Sphinx and the controllers. The default value is 50. However, if we know that we have a slow network communication between controllers and PC, then we should raise this value to 100, 200, or sometimes even 1000 and 10,000 if communication is made over the internet and not over the local LAN network. These are default values for get transactions one by one and write communication log. Please refer to the Sphinx 4 manual to learn about this option. However, it's recommended not to tick it. This option is for the anti-passback. If we would like to simplify the anti-passback condition for changing an area to valid card flashing and not to valid card plus door sensor was opened, then we tick this option. However, if a user is flashing a valid card but not opening the door, then it might create a confusion in the anti-passback mechanism. Here we set to download the configuration to all controllers automatically, or do it just manually. Host IP is the IP address of the PC which is listening, which is communicating with the different controllers. Not always the server. Sometimes the client PC or one of the client's PC is also connected to some TCP/IP controllers, and therefore we need to specify the IP address. However, if this is 0000, it means that the current PC is the one that is connected to the TCP/IP controllers. Listening port default value is 8000 and should not be changed unless we suspect a potential conflict. Clicking on clock adjustment will send the time of Sphinx 4 software, which is the time of the PC that runs Sphinx 4 software, to the controllers which are connected to the Sphinx. Desktop reader and card number format. Here we configure the desktop reader that we will be using. The desktop reader is usually used for enrolling cards to the Sphinx 4 software. Since in most cases the system reader, which is next to the door, is far from the Sphinx 4 PC, it's more comfortable to use a desktop reader. This is the COM port that the desktop reader will be using. Again, we need to sometimes open control panel, system, hardware and device manager, and check the COM ports to know in which COM port our desktop reader is connected. Then we should specify that COM port here. Here we select the reader type. Usually if you're using the KeyKing desktop reader, then you should select 5516E or M for MIFR. Then the card number length, whether it's WIGAN 26 or WIGAN 34. And the card format, if you would like it to be as decimal, WIGAN, or hexadecimal. Usually when we're using a card in the format of facility code and then the card number, we should select WIGAN.